Kia ora and welcome to Inner Calling New Zealand. This is a podcast for a sacred conscious conversation where we are going to bring spiritual personalities and they are going to guide you with their own journey, their own spiritual path. And if you are stuck, if you are looking for peace, if you are emotionally blocked, if you want to search for the purpose of your life, then this podcast is for you. I'm your host Khushali Jani from Himalayan Meditation Gurutattva. I'm following this meditation technique since childhood and it completely changed my life. So I thought to share this meditation path, different meditation path with the audience with high spiritual personalities. And today we have our second guest. This is our second episode. And our second guest is Jim Hartley.
Hello, Jim.
Thank you so much, Jim, for joining us today. It's such a blessing to have you on with us. And Jim is basically from New Zealand, born and brought up. He is following different meditation paths from childhood and younger age, but since 43 plus years, he is following Rajyog, Brahma Kumaris meditation technique. He can share more in details about this, and now he is in such a state, such a level that he's ready to share in his own meditation path and technique. So let's know more from Jim about his journey, about his experience of spiritual path, and about his new meditation path and technique which he is going to bring to us. Hello, Jim. Can you share with us who is Jim? Not as a title, not as a personality, just soul to soul.
Jim's been a bit of a character in this lifetime. So, even from a little child of 18 months old, I can remember clearly as it's happened yesterday or today. And I was leaning up against the window, holding myself up, and the rain was pelting on the door. And I'm looking outside, and a voice came in my head then, and it says, "You're not going to be living here for long. You're going to move." And then the voice, and then when I was about 6 years later, we moved into the city. So through my life's journey, I sometimes will get these voices will come and tell me what's coming up next.
So is it like voices outside your body or from your body?
But then the interesting thing is because they spoke to me, well, the language I understood was English, of course, but, which means I must have taken a birth in an English-speaking body before that, you see, because it was. I could know what they were saying. I suppose if they spoke in Hindi, I would have had a Hindi birth in another one, But at that time, I understood English. Quite interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
So, but it's really interesting. Then, when I was about 12, somewhere, it's funny the thoughts you have, isn't it? And then a voice came again and said, "When you're 33." You're going to have something happen to you like Jesus had, I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So we'll see what happened. Then at 33, I come to the Brahma Kumaris. And I've been here ever since for the last 42, 43 years, So
that's such a long period, actually.
It is, yeah. So, and it was like a whole new life, It was so different and fantastic. I just couldn't get enough of it. But one thing I protect myself was it's all about yourself. The journey is about you, about no one else. So it's luckily for some reason I didn't worry about anyone else, what they were doing or what they were thinking. Even with the Brahma Kumaris, I used to just concentrate on myself. Excuse me, follow the teachings and just enjoy myself.
And how you attracted towards spirituality? Is it like you have family background who push you towards this, or something from within? That I'm going to chase this path later. How you attracted towards this?
I didn't make any efforts to do anything. It came to me.
It's natural.
And my mother, she was a spiritualist, which was sort of on the lines of Christianity in a way, but it's like where they see clairvoyance and things like that. Clairvoyance. And so she was, now and then she'd put a book in front of me, and I read it. I remember like the third dimension or the fifth dimension or things like that.
Nice.
And so I got to learn those things along the way, so very subtly. But I like to follow a lot of things. When we were about 18, me and my friends, we used to follow Lobsang Rampa, which was a series of books about Buddhism. So we were reading, we couldn't get enough of those, but we used to come out with maybe one a month in those days. Because there's no TV or nothing, we didn't have anything like that when I grew up. So we used to read all these books and practice it, and we'd be doing all sorts of breathing exercises. But that's unconsciously we were doing all that, you know, we didn't have any guidance apart from just reading them in the book.
Yeah, maybe your soul know that, okay, you are going to end up this. So they made you ready by reading this, by practicing something.
Oh yeah, it made a big difference to us.
Yeah.
And then we went to transcendental meditation. And you know, school of philosophy, as I went through my life, school of philosophy, spiritualist church, I was a healer there for a while, and do readings and things like that. So my life was full of sort of spiritual matters, you know. And I followed one person was Harry Edwards. He was a big healer in England, and he died. And I used to read his book, and I thought I used to like it a lot. And then I started experiencing, I didn't realize it was him, but he used to come through me and get healings, you know. And then people would come all the way, I was living in Australia at the time, people would come all the way from England to get healing. I thought, oh, I got scared. I said, no more, that's it. I didn't know what was going on. So until I understand, I'm going to stop, you know. And so I stopped, and then I just went and done my own thing. I was in the building industry as a project manager, sort of like those sort of things. So that kept me pretty busy. And when I started my spiritual journey, I decided when I was 21, we were brought up on a farm, you know. So
that's so nice.
There was 7 of us children, so I was in the middle, and I was actually almost blind till I was about 6 or 7. But no one knew. I used to follow all my brothers around, and we'd be doing everything together. So.
How it sounds middle.
So we go to school, but one of the teachers didn't find out before that. But anyway, that's how close we were with all our little country school. And and that was like, that part of was almost set, you know. It was like, it was all part of the journey going through. And this whole life was about experiencing, and it was really cool. And I liked every bit of it. I was a very good athlete. When I was last year at school, I was a prefect school. I was a school champion sports person.
Wow.
Yeah, swimming and athletics and rugby, you know.
Yeah, it's like your body first get ready with all the sports and all, and then you are ready to follow this. Because in meditation, I think you need to sit, and you have to have that body which can sit for longer period.
Actually, that's true. We used to, when I was with the Brahma Kumaris in the early days, we would have 8 hours or 12-hour bhattis, you know, meditation. And you couldn't do that today. But actually, teaching in the Brahma Kumaris is learning to walk around with your eyes open in meditation. Being the same, it's about consciousness, and that's the big difference. But in those early days, we were setting the foundation, you know. So the resonance of just being in that beautiful vibration, you know? And that's what I've developed my new program on that, on those things.
Because you now reach it to that state, now you are ready to share something, your wisdom with people. How about your first beautiful magical experience, if you want to share? Because I think the first experience is like memorable for lifetime.
Yeah, it is actually. I've been to India about 30 times. I used to go to international headquarters, which is in Rajasthan, in India, Mount Abu. And before I went, when I was working, I used to do contracting, and I had a couple of bad elbows, tennis elbows they call them. But nowadays they fix them quickly. In the early days, they used to acupuncture them, which made them worse, you know. So I had about 6 months off work. And anyway, so I was doing this special effort. So in the morning I'd get up at, say, 3:30 and have 2 hours of meditation, really powerful meditation, concentrating soul, you know, light, point of pure light, you know. And I was becoming like a Christmas tree, you know, because in the morning I'd do that. Then every 2 hours I would have half an hour of meditation. And so I was going like for about a couple of months. I did that, 2 or 3 months. And when I went to India, I went for a walk up the back of our big hall, you know, just out the top of the big tank stand. I used to do a lot of meditation in the open, and and I got halfway up and I went into a trance-like state of consciousness. I disappeared. It was like everything was brand new. It was like a new world I was looking at. So it's like I drifted into a different state of consciousness altogether. But I got a bit of a shock and pulled myself out of it. I thought, oh, you're a bit silly. But anyway, I only took that 1 second or a few seconds to realise in the future, when we were perfect, then it's like there's nothing to think about. It's just dead, pure silence. So that's what our aim is, to come back to that again, because that's what we were once. But we've just we've allowed our mind to fill our heads full of rubbish. And we're still doing it, but it's like until we learn how to understand the mind, and that we're not the mind, that we're just consciousness. And so that was a real magic. But the funny thing after that, I couldn't help my mind was just crazy. I couldn't even sit and meditate, because it was such a contrast. I stopped everything. So what I did, I just started, one of our senior teachers, Daddy Kamaka, was there, and I got all her classes together. They translated into English, of course. So I just kept writing all these points down, That's how I got out of it. That mire, that horrible mire, It's like you have to do something, but you need to do something that's good.
A big transformation after that,
Oh, my life is like, I think, every time you get to a state of consciousness, it's like you die from that old world. So it's like a death, actually. So that was like a death.
Yeah, first you have to die to live, actually.
Right. And so that was amazing. And then my life just kept changing and changing and changing.
Yeah, I got goosebumps here. Such a beautiful experience. Thank you for sharing it.
So I was very lucky, but I think I had a lot of spiritual births, in my past births.
Past births. So you believe in past births, actually.
I mean, and the whole family believes in past births. So that means if anyone dies in our family, we just he's off to his next birth. No sadness, no sorrow. Yeah,
that's good, actually. Yeah, people in our culture, they actually can't forget that who died, the near ones. They actually can't forget. They just put the pictures of them and just pray for them, and it's hard for them to let it go.
Yeah, well, it's even harder for the people on the other side as well. And actually, so that was a really beautiful experience, it was. But it's like at the same time, it was an extreme goodly, extreme sort of, it was just an experience, actually. Everything's just experiencing. That's all.
So how do you know about Indian culture or move towards India? Is it like initially you just went there for your work or something, or you want to experience something?
No, they were advertising, like I was living in Australia when I came into this knowledge, and they were advertising in the local paper. I've just bought a new house in Canberra with my family. So. And then they had on it, learn Brahma Kumaris Rajyog, or they just had Rajyog meditation techniques. So I said to my wife, no, that's the thing we were looking at the other day, I might do that. And it took me about half an hour to find a place. They had it hidden, because I was scared of anyone finding out. I says, why don't you guys put your number out in the front so you can find you, And, but anyway, we found it, and I just couldn't help myself. I just had a whole new life to live, and a reason for living, That was the thing. I had a reason to do everything. It was so cool.
That's so good. So you mentioned you had done in past life lots of meditation. So is it like you have seen in your meditation your birds or something, or you just know that there is a feeling?
No, I've seen many of my past births.
Nice.
Yeah, and one of my past births, when I was in Melbourne, I said, I'd like that we could do a little technique, and they can see your past births. So I said to Mama, I says, okay, I would like to see some of my past births. So anyway, she showed me one past birth, and one was I was just from Kashmir on. I was living on the river bank, and these reeds were up to my head height, and I had this big ear, how they have it. And I was reading it, like I was doing mathematics and reading astrology,
Yeah.
Like a guru, like doing those things, or a saint, or a saint. I'm not quite sure what it was, but anyway.
So you heard roots in India in past.
When I first landed in Delhi, I thought, my God, it's like a deja vu.
Deja vu, yeah.
And I could tell the taxi driver, and that was before he died. He was coughing over, And anyway, I said, oh no, the centre's just around the corner. He said, how do you know? I said, yeah, I've been here before, and I could never get lost in Delhi. I sort of knew my way around.
Yeah, this is your home. Yeah, actually, you know it.
Yeah.
So nice. Oh, good.
That's life is so good like that.
So even if you had all the experience from the past birth and you carry forward in this one, so that's how it's easy for you to reach up to this level. But do you still think that in each birth we need a teacher or guru who can guide us, or if we know something from past birth, it's okay, we can carry it forward without having a teacher? How are your thoughts on the guru or teacher?
Well, I definitely needed them in this birth. I mean, really, anybody can become enlightened because it's nothing to do with the food you eat or what you drink or whatever it is. It's when you're ready, when your soul is ready, then, and because the human is only for experiencing through. People think it's everything, the human, but it's a very important part of us. This birth we have now is the most important birth of all past births we've ever had. Because this is the birth we're going to become enlightened with, and we'll become an embodied master in this one body. I've already become an enlightened master because your body of light means all your past experiences from all your births, all the way back, no matter how many births, the soul, when you're ready to be finished with this body, when you're ready to move to a higher consciousness, then that becomes your wisdom. All your experiences become your wisdom. So, and all your emotions as well also become your wisdom. So that's why we never suppress anything. So you don't have to. I've tried everything, suppressing my mind and fighting it, and it gets worse. It has just as much energy because you have to treat it like a little child. And say, look, mine, you just hop and play over in that corner, but I'm doing this over here. I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to be learning something, and the mind is so very interested. It wants to learn too. It's like a little child, and it says, "Oh, that's pretty interesting," and it will just watch and observe it. So it'll be, at least you're not forcing it.
Yeah, true.
I used to force everything. I was.
Yeah, and that's not going to be true. So there's a chance that it could be a last birth of anybody if they reaches up to that level and enlightenment done. So and merge themselves with higher consciousness after even right now before death, but even after that, there's chance that they not get rebirth. Yeah. So as per you, for those souls who are ready, what happened to them after death? I mean, they go to the higher journey without rebirth, or they just merge themselves with the consciousness?
You have a choice. You can come back to this birth and have a birth of helping people, like becoming someone who can guide people.
Yeah.
But you still have a good life, you know what I mean? So you've finished all your suffering. This is the suffering is only to try and wake us up, hey, wake up. So, and excuse me, and all the sicknesses people have is, I mean, I've had lots of them. It's all aches and pains and everything. But the whole thing is, it's your creation, Everything we create for ourselves. There's nothing outside of us that we haven't created within us. So if you've got some sickness, it's because maybe we're getting something from it, or maybe someone's giving us some love that we're looking for that we can't give ourselves. So that's the thing. Like everything is our creation, because actually everything around us is our mirror.
Yes.
And when we look at someone and we judge people, then we're actually judging yourself because you're looking at yourself.
Yes. It's like what is inside, it's your surrounding. Yeah. If you are suffering with your surrounding, it's you within.
That's right. Yeah.
Because it's a mirror, yeah.
There's nothing outside of you. Like where I see you is in here, isn't it? You're not outside, actually. I'm seeing you inside me.
Inside me.
Yeah. But, we're manifesting, we think, because that's how it is in this world, But there's actually, that tree out the front is actually here, So, and then when I'm not there, it's not there at all, So nothing is there when it's not there,
Oh, that's so deep.
Yeah. It's simple, but it's and that's what I'm trying to get with the soul presence that I'm teaching. So just be present, and not do anything. And this is the thing that people think, I have to make effort, I have to read 1,000 books. But the thing is, we don't have to do anything. That's the trap, People think I'm on the soul journey, And you think, wow, I'm on a soul journey. So you get there, you get up, and you go, still going. So where are you going? Oh, I don't know. But when I get there, I'll be glad, But where are you going? Oh, I don't know, They're going nowhere, getting
nowhere.
The journey is just an illusion. But the whole thing is, we need that journey, and wherever we end up, once we wake up and say, that's it, I've had enough of this journey, finished. Then the soul will go, hooray, I'm going to do something now. But we have it in our head, I'm on this journey of spirituality, and there's no such thing actually. And it's actually unreal. But once you decide that I've had enough, I'm not going to, I've been going up and down mountains and going to India and running all around the place. But once you decide, you think, oh, I can just put my feet up and just enjoy myself, learn to love myself, and have a cup of coffee and a cream cake, and just be light, because that's what the world needs now. If you really want to help the world, all you got to be is just light, and be happy, And you can't save the world. People think they're going to save the world, but no one can save the world, because the world is just for us to experience, and like what you're doing. I remember I used to tell people, we used to have a world meditation every third Sunday. We have a world meditation for the world, In the early days, I used to spend more time in the subtle world than I was here, because I used to be up above and I'd be travelling around doing love and light to everybody. If there's a war, then I'd be there and giving love and light. And then in the end, I remember once I created this big love bomb, I thought, I'm just going to chuck it down. Anyway, the funny thing was,
if that works, then we don't have war now. But we do have it still. So,
but the thing is, it's interfering with other people's lives. I didn't realize at the time, but another thing was, when I did that, an earthquake would take place. And I thought, oh, that's a bit funny. So next Sunday I'll go and I'll do it again. And I did, and another earthquake took place. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to do it again one more time. And they stopped me. They said, you can't do that. We're not ready for that yet. I thought, oh, okay. Then they took the power off me. I was really upset then. I didn't have that power to do it anymore.
The authority of
that's right, because I was interfering with the lives of others. So then I realised I was like being a terrorist.
Oh no!
Fucking around. I'm a love terrorist. I'm going to send my love and light to someone, and I thought, that's like being a terrorist. Actually, it's like I'm interfering with people's lives. That they're having that suffering because that's what they need to learn. And if I'm interfering, well, I've taken it away, so they have to come back and do it again. So you have to let people just do their thing, because everyone's actually an angel on this earth. Everyone is an angel. And we're just a bit mixed up. Some are here a little bit longer than others.
Yes, some journeys are a little longer, and with all the karma they bound here, the new karmas actually.
And it's such a wonderful thing that once you actually get that in your head, that especially people with their children, children don't even know whether to say yes or no. Can you do that? No, you can't. No. The poor old kid sitting there going, what can I do? So the whole thing, he doesn't experience anything. If the child learns to run around and bang his head here and do that, they learn.
They learn,
Put mud in their mouth and we'll see what the dirt tastes like.
It's true. We can't stop them. Even if we stop them, they end up doing this only.
Yeah. So interfering in people's lives is quite amazing. Like we're expectations of our children. It's too much. That's where that karma comes in. Like karma is such a thing that karma is only for those people who need it. Once you go beyond, what we call karmati, you go beyond the effects of karma. So it's like then once you reach a state of that enlightenment, then karma doesn't affect you anymore.
True.
And but karma is needed in the sense that because you have families, like for instance, my family. When my daughter was pregnant, my younger brother died, and he took rebirth in that family.
Oh.
See,
yeah.
And then a few years later, then she was pregnant again, and then my mother died, and she went in there. So my brother, my mother, and then see, you keep in the family.
Keep in the family, yeah.
So that's generally that.
It's true, because mostly out of love bond which they created within the family, they want to rebirth in the same family. Either they have something to do with that soul, there's something left to fulfill with
right.
the souls. So yeah, may end up in the same.
And you know, when you're a baby, if you're born in a totally different family, say you're Indian and you're born in a Chinese family, and you wouldn't know anybody, you'd be scared, you'd be crying all the time. But someone who's born in a family, there's uncle and auntie, and you know everybody already, and you know all the jokes, so you'd be living a happy life, In some cases, some people are born into a violent scene, so you might be in an abusive family, and so they keep going round and round. One time your mother, next time your father, then your sister or a brother, and they just keep cycling until they can finish. But sometimes they can't; they have to cancel that contract,
Until they realize there is something beyond family. There is a journey to do, and then after that they get out of it. They find some teacher, or maybe teacher find them, because it's their time.
Until they say, "I had enough," the soul can't do anything, because it's not allowed to interfere with the experience through the human. It's wonderful.
Beautiful saying by our guru about world peace is like, this is entire world you are seeing. That's not real world. The world is something which is around you only. It means if you have your aura energy created up to few feet, 25 feet, 5 feet, 2 feet, okay. Whatever is happening with you, around you, is your world. So if you want peace, world peace, just make peace within yourself. That is your world. You can't make entire world with a peace.
No way.
So that's his saying.
That's what I'm doing, some world meditation. So you're going to save the world. How's it going for you? So it doesn't. But the world is you. You are the world.
And what are your concepts on heaven or hell? Is it here, or it's something real?
Well, the thing is, it's whatever if you left the body, if you're dying and you believe you're going to go to hell, you'll go to a place that you've created that you think hell is. And that's what happens through all the different religions. They have their places, whether you're a Buddhist or whatever religion you are, you'll go to that area, and whatever they believe in, they get met. So that's all familiar. But actually, it's not real even. We're all souls and spiritual beings. We're not any religion or any male or female.
Exactly. We are not even male or female. We are just souls, right?
So actually, my soul, you learn to communicate with your soul, and you can even put a name if you want. And it's my soul's name is Calibra.
Nice.
And it's feminine. My soul quality is feminine, and this is masculine. So now you can see your soulmate, isn't it? So if you're looking for your soulmate, it's you. You're your own soulmate.
Nice to meet you, Calibra.
That's true. Well, you're meeting both of us. And it's like, it's really good. And when you find out those things, about 5 years ago, I remember reading a book, and it was about I am God also, and that's where consciousness comes in. But then it says in this book, it says if you want to find out your soul's name, then you just ask. And it's clear as a bell. Okay, like the voices in my head, I said through my life, clear as a bell. And I thought, that's interesting. Then once again, about just a few months ago, I asked again. It's still the same name exactly. And it's about my life's journey. Actually, the name of Calibra means all of these wonderful things. That's what I've been doing in this lifetime, and over many lifetimes. It's not just one or my whole journey. The deep meaning of her name.
Wonderful meaning.
Yeah. So.
Nice. And you just mentioned about the other religions, right? So we have a lot in entire world. If you see, we have a lot surrounding us. So it's like Buddhism, there is Christianity, there is Hinduism, there is many more, and there are lots of other paths and techniques also which people are following. meditation path, some following yoga practice and then reach to breathing exercise and then meditation. So different path, different religions. So what are your thoughts on this? Are those paths and religion cultures and all helping human beings towards following their actual journey, or they are just confusing them and people are fighting over that right now?
Yeah, I know. But there's no right and no wrong. That's the first thing I've learned recently. It's not what we teach here, but there's no right and no wrong. There's only experiencing. So when you have that in your head, you don't have to worry about karma or anything. There's no right, there's no wrong. But karma comes into it, of course. But when you understand that, you're going to experience whatever you're doing. You're thinking this, you might be running around killing somebody or something. So there's no right and no wrong. That means that person will be killing you next. So.
It's like next life they kill you.
And it's the same. I've studied a lot about mental health, as I said, and I take people back, and if someone is abused before they're 3 years old, then they were abusing that someone in their last birth. And I'm taking people back, and they can see, that I did.
Yeah.
So you say, there you go. You see, so it's not. They say, how can a small child experience so many bad things? But only because they were doing the same thing. So it just that cycle of karma comes around.
Yes. So if you feel empathy for that person, but maybe it's their karma from the previous person.
I think you create every single thing that happens to you. You created it. So even though you're a little baby just born, and you can hear people even kill their little babies, So it's like even abort them.
So what is ultimate goal of being birthed here as a human? What's ultimate goal after this following the path journey of soul? What's ultimate goal over there?
Well, it's like going to, you start off at kindergarten, you go all the way through to university and get your degree and whatever. It's the same here. We are going through life, experiencing many different things.
Even lives, yeah.
And the thing is, we've had hundreds and hundreds of lives. So the whole thing is like, it's just as much of entrapment. If you had your family was all involved in PhDs, that's full study, being a doctor, a lawyer, Indian chief, whatever. It's as much an entrapment as anyone else that may be trapped in prisons. Because they have their egos as well, where this one doesn't, So the other ones, they're just trapped on their old habits. And that's where sometimes we were told that soul can be an evil soul or a pure soul. But if you keep having birth and you're in a family where there's violence, stealing, killing, all these things, so the soul comes like that. It becomes, because all the impressions are there in the soul. So we need to get rid of all that stuff. That's where there's no memories in your brain. It's all in the soul, you see. There's nothing stored in the brain.
But that's so brutal. I mean, we should remember something so that we don't repeat things which we at least we know that why we get birth and what we need to finish. Let's finish it.
Yeah, that's why we come here, But once you know, you can finish it.
Yeah.
It's only a decision. This is the funny thing about that. People fear because they've had so much stress and tension from all the churches, cultures, and families. And you're not allowed to do this, and you're bad, and you're good, and whatever. That the soul then becomes so suppressed that it's fear to do anything. So you feel guilt, shame, and there should be no feeling of guilt and shame. So I think it was Osho, was it? You were saying whatever you're feeling bad about, you should do more, maximum of it. That guru, he was saying that. So, but that's true. You should not be feeling shame. There's no right and no wrong. There's only experiencing. And that's when you can get over that law of cause and effect of karma. And once the soul can start, wisdomizing all your experiences. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad or whatever, so-called, but that becomes your wisdom. You never get wisdom from light. You only get wisdom from the dark, from the dark side, And it's not really dark, it's just experiencing.
So if we see currently the people who are successful, they might have those journey with struggles and other stuff, and they reach up to this level.
already in their field too, you know.
Failures, yeah. After failures, success.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
then there would be failure again. You may ready for
Well, that's
anything.
what you learn, you know.
Mm.
It's like many times people, as you say, millionaires, they
Mm.
might fail 3 or 4 times. They keep doing the same thing, then eventually they get the success through their experiences.
True. And you mentioned that if one person kill other person, they may just kill that person in next birth. So how they end this cycle? Somewhere it needs to end, you
Yeah,
know.
well, that's right. That's until someone says that's enough. I've had
Yeah.
enough. Then the soul say it pulls you back. You know, then the soul takes over and starts pushing you for your next lesson. You know, once you realize, oh, that's it. I've had enough. I don't need to experience this anymore. You know.
And how you realize, because we don't remember anything when we get birth. So how we realize after doing the practice of any meditation technique, or maybe some teacher can enlighten you, and then you realize it.
You're lucky if you get a good teacher that can enlighten you. You know? But the thing is, it's like until you are aware that you don't have to. We're not actually here to suffer, but you have to wait until you realize you don't have to. So it's like someone keeps hitting you with a stick, and until you say stop it, they won't think about stopping it. You know, if you're, and that's what happens. You know, until you say stop it, and then it won't stop until you realize I've had enough. I don't need it anymore. You know, and then it can change. There's so much sorrow that we can have. You know, unlimited sorrow. That's the whole thing. That's not what we're actually supposed to be here for, but it's eventually we will be living a beautiful life. This is like the final scenes of sorrow, you know, that we're in the world tonight. So we've got some good things to look forward.
Do you believe in prayers? And do you think that works?
Prayers is like, well, it depends. If you're praying for somebody, it's still the same. You're interfering with that person. And the prayers is you're asking from God as yourself, you know. So, because soul is consciousness, you know. So the big difference is when we're soul conscious and body conscious, consciousness is who I am. And when I'm in the soul, where am I soul? I'm soul conscious. When I'm in the body, and we're mainly of the body, then I'm body conscious. It's not that one's better or worse, it's just an experience. And so when we are praying to someone, then actually you are God itself. That's where consciousness is actually God. Because you can't put a name, you can't put anything. There's no shape, form, or nothing on consciousness. But the soul is a point of pure energy, you know. It's just like, it's light. Actually, consciousness, we come from our Father's home, you know, you could say. We come from our Father's home. We were in nothingness in that sense, but we were there as consciousness. And consciousness realized, oh, I exist. I am, you know, I exist. Then I had the awareness that I am. And then because of that, then energy was formed, because energy serves consciousness all the time, even. So and what actually happened was due to energy serving consciousness, that's when the soul was developed as a tool for consciousness to work through. See, so soul consciousness. And soul is light, and light we use for imagination. Light is from the imagination, not from the mind. But then soul needed something to experience through, or the consciousness, soul consciousness, then the body was there for us to experience through. And now we've got AI to experience through.
Oh yeah.
Great, I love it.
What a world it is, eh? AI driven.
It's just an extension to our consciousness, actually, that's all. And the whole thing is like, so the human was created, and then what actually happened, the human went to do all the experiencing everywhere. Consciousness didn't know about love. God didn't know about love till human discovered love. It was through human and all those different experiences that we discovered love. And now that's it. Now we're experiencing a different love, which is 2.0, that was 1.0. And that's about loving yourself.
Oh yeah.
Now people can't even look at themselves in the mirror, you know, but you got to learn to love yourself. It means to accept yourself as you are. No one's ever done anything wrong.
Exactly.
How can you make a wrong decision? You're just going to make a decision according to whatever consciousness you're in, or whatever your body's consciousness or soul conscious. You can never make a wrong decision. So.
Yeah.
But you can never make a right one either. You only make a decision, see? And whatever it is, you'll get that experience. And if you have the consciousness of joy and happiness, then that's what you'll be experiencing. So, through the human. And the human will start to, when you have to, like, we teach about becoming free from the body, but you need a body to become free, to experience the freedom, you know. But the body is such an important point, but it's at the moment it's been using the mind. So you have a mind for the body, you have a mind for the soul, mind intellect, and mind intellect for the body, the human part. And that's what's been ruling us, you know. You might want to do something really nice, and the mind says, "Oh, don't be stupid, you know, that's ridiculous. You'll never be able to do that, you know." That's your mind. But when the soul has feelings and it wants us, it has feelings. It doesn't speak. You know, your soul works off feelings, and of course the mind works off thinking, you know, imagining and wearing you out and trying to control things. You know.
But how do you differentiate that? Okay, there's this voice coming from somewhere. Maybe it is my soul guiding me, or maybe it's my mind. How do you differentiate?
Actually, soul doesn't speak much of it, mainly just has feelings. So you have the gut feeling, you get it from the heart.
The intuitions.
And the soul has imagination with it, so the consciousness operates through that. And the idea is that consciousness wants to experience itself, you see, so it created the soul and the human. And what we talk about the light body, you know, you talk about light body, and it's like that light body is a reflection of all your past births being wisdomized, so you become an embodied master inside. Everyone is one. And until people think, "Oh, I can't deserve that." No, I don't think I'm not up to that, you know. So that's guilt and the feelings of shame. And then, you know, you have to understand that I am the master. I'm an angel. Every single human being in this world is an angel, but we just got mixed up with all these different religions. We're all divine beings, and we're just having an experience. And there's nothing greater in this universe than a divine human being. But it's learned everything, and it's become a master of oneself.
Thank you so much, Jim. It's a beautiful meeting with you. You are such a pure, holy soul. Beautiful, beautiful energy I'm feeling right now. I got blank, not even realizing about time while talking with you. And if you are listening to this, if you are here, and if you like it, it changed something within you, then please share it with other audience as well. And you know, if it's going to help someone else also, share with them right now. You can find all the details about Jim's the future program and current program Soul Presence in the screen and in the description as well, and the contact details as well. So if you want to reach out to Jim, yeah, you can go into description and check the details. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim, for your time.